Hey everyone, this is Niket. You'll hear a weird background noise because it's Navratri in India, and there's a lot of songs here and there playing, and it's Garba time and whatever. So in this video, we're actually going to talk about what, like, if you are a beginner entrepreneur and you're stuck, like you're trying to like make this online thing work and you don't know what to do. So just before we start, I am Niket. uh, I actually work as an appointment setter for a growth operator, and yeah, we do a lot of stuff there. And I don't just do appointment setting, like that is my title, but I actually work as a whole in his agency, kind of like a partner kind of thing, but I'm still learning. So anyways, those things aside, in this video we are going to talk about like what should I do. Like, hey Niket, I want to like start a maybe an agency, or maybe I want to like start earning some money online, or I want to like get into entrepreneurship. What should I do? I'm going to share you my like what I did when I actually got started, and then also going to share like some parts of what my boss said. And all of this of course is same, like all on like all these people who are on the top, who are like on the same level as us, like they are doing the same thing. Like it's nothing like that special, I think, as much as I know. So here's the thing, right? Yesterday what actually happened was my sister, she wants to get into entrepreneurship, and she's like, hey, I don't know what to do, like how do I earn money, how do I learn these things, like all the stuff. So I told her, hey, why don't you go ahead and watch Alex Ramosi? Like, of course, you will go ahead and learn a lot of things. If you guys don't know, Alex Ramosi is like a business guy. He's a business guru, uh, like one of the craziest guys out there. You can actually go ahead and learn from him. I told her to watch Alex Ramossi's videos, but she actually ended up watching a few, and she was like, hey, I don't really understand a lot of his stuff. Like, what do I do? I don't know how to start, where to start, blah, blah, blah. And then she's stuck again in the rut, and then she's doom scrolling on the phone and just doing stuff which is not making her move forward. I was stuck in the same place. Like, I actually didn't know what to do. I was just like, fuck, like, what should I do now? Like, how do I earn money? Or like, how do I do this? How do I do that? You need to understand that in the beginning, you don't know what you don't know. So you just don't know anything. You are just clueless. You're just, oh my god, like, how do I earn money? I don't know. So in the beginning, all of the efforts that you have either are going to go into to knowing, like you're just going to learn, or you're going to ask people, hey, what should I do? So if you want to ask people, if you have connections like that, hey, what should I do, then that's awesome. Go ahead and ask people who are ahead of you, hey, what should I do? Chances are, if you're watching this video, you might not have that kind of connection. Like you might not have people who are ahead of you 10 times, 20 times ahead of you, who you can ask, like, hey, what did you do, like how, like I'm stuck. You can't ask that. So the next thing which I did, because I didn't have connections, was spend time. You can either spend time or you can spend money. You can spend money, ask people, spend money, and they will tell you exactly what you need to do to earn money. Or you can spend time and figure it out yourself. Didn't have money, so I spent my time. I'm going to tell you exactly how I spend my time and how you can do it too. So Alex Ramosi has this rule which I used. It is rule of 100. So like you're sitting there right now, the person who's watching this is sitting there right now, and he's like, hey man, I don't know what to do, like how do I get customers, or how do I get this, or how do I set up that, blah blah blah. You don't know. The simple answer is you don't know. And you will not know unless you go ahead and figure it out. So, what I told myself was, I am going to sit here. Like, I actually didn't know anything. Like, I had no idea. Like, what the fuck is sales? Like, I had no idea. So I actually, like, the only person that I was watching at the time last year was just Alex Ramosi. Last year is when I started my entrepreneurial journey, and I like started doing something. But of course, because I wasn't disciplined, so it just went all over the place. But the only person that I was watching at that time was just Alex Ramosi, and him, like he had a playlist section on his channel, and he had a lot of videos like sales, mindset, this, that, blah blah. So I told myself, hey, I'm going to sit here and I'm going to watch 100 hours of content from this guy. But I'm going to go ahead, and there was a playlist which was like mindset or like lessons from something like that, playlist like that. Now I was like, hey, I'm going to go ahead and watch this whole playlist, and no matter if I understand anything or not, because in my mind I was like, okay, how can I be directionally correct? How can I make sure, like, in like with my sister, it's with my sister, I know the common mistake that she's making, that she's like, I want to figure it out, I want to figure it out. Of course you're not going to figure it out. Like, you're not going to find the right answer. Like, you're not going to find the right video which is going to solve all of the doubts that you have in your mind. You need to watch, like, if you don't have the money, you need to watch 50, 100 videos. Like, that's just like the lowest expectation for me. You need to go ahead and consume so much fucking content that you have context about what you need to do. So I actually went in. If you guys don't have one, I actually recommend buying a timer like this. It's a kitchen timer. I actually listened to Hormozi's advice on this, and I bought this timer. What I do is, you set it, like, you set this timer for 60 minutes, you press it, and you just focus on your laptop or whatever device you have. You just focus on that, and you just consume content for 60 minutes. If you look away, if your mom calls, if something happens, if somebody's on the door, you stop the timer, and then you go ahead, do whatever, come back, start the timer again, and just focused effort, 4 hours of focused effort on the same topic, right? And that's how you can actually start moving forward fast. Because here's another mistake which you might make if you're a beginner who's like actually trying to figure it out. Hey, I don't know, I'm stuck, blah blah blah. The worst thing that you can do there is just sit there and like be lost in your thoughts, because you don't know. Like, so if you don't know, then what are you thinking about? Like, you don't even know. And the craziest thing is, the thoughts that you're thinking are probably just bullshit thoughts anyway. So what, like, my boss says this like most of the, like, all of the time, right? He says, think less, do more. Less thoughts, more action. He's just fucking like reminds me all of the time. He reminds himself like less thoughts, more action. And in the beginning, like, at the level that I am, and at the level my boss is at, he is at like 15k per month, and like his friends who are at 50k per month or 70k per month, all of them have the same mindset, like less thoughts, more action. If you're thinking a lot, then you're not taking action, and if you're not taking action, then you're stuck in your head and you are wasting time and you're making no progress. So have a general idea, have a like hypothesis, which is, if I move in this direction directionally, like if I keep moving in this direction, then I will get somewhere. And if you have that kind of idea, just keep on chipping away at it, keep on watching more videos. And here's the thing, you don't just want to watch videos, you want to watch a video. Like, here's how I did it, right? I actually told myself, I'm going to go ahead and watch Hormozi's content, or like all of those playlists, every single day for 4 hours a day, until I figure out what I need to do, until I figure out how to make an offer, how to find leads, how to do that. And the craziest thing which happened was, I did it for one day, I did it for the next day. Like, I actually watched that video of like first day, and then I was like, fuck, like, because Hormozi like said, hey, if you want to learn how to get more customers, you can go ahead and read my book. So then from that thing, like from the video, I was like, fuck, like that's exactly it. I need to learn to get more customers. I'm gonna go ahead and read his book. And I actually went in and read his book. And of course, I didn't want to actually just read it, so I was also listening to the audio podcast while reading his book. So you see how the progress is going. I actually went in from the video to podcast to like just reading book, and then I just keep on learning. And when I'm actually reading the book, I read the book and I'm like, okay, now I know how to get customers, how to do warm outreach, how to do cold outbound. I don't know everything, but I have a general idea. And this is one more thing which I want to like just share with you. Maybe it will help you. Something which I shared with my sister is, when you're trying to make your first dollar online, and when you're just trying to like just figure out, hey, what do I need to do, and what business should I start? What most people think is, they think like, hey, if I'm gonna go ahead and watch these videos, like let's say my sister goes ahead, watches a video of Hormozy talking about how to do cold outbound, and she doesn't even know she doesn't know how to make an offer, like what's an offer. She doesn't know any of that. What most people think is, if they're like, imagine this is a bridge, you are here, and at this point it's your first dollar online. But what most people think is, if they actually start here, they're going to keep getting one brick at a time, they're going to keep getting the next brick, the next brick, the next brick. And that's not what happens. Like in my opinion, that's not what happens. Because for me, I actually, in fact, a lot of people get a lot of bricks which are here. You might be just standing here, but just because you are consuming content, just because you read $100 million leads, just because you understand a sales process which you maybe read from a Hormozis or somebody else, you now understand the sales process, and you got these bricks lined up here. But just because you don't have a few bricks on this part of the bridge, you're still stuck. And the only thing that you need to do in order to get to your first dollar online is just figure out what these bricks are. And of course, the way to figure out is either ask someone, and you're going to ask someone by paying someone, or you're going to just have to sit there, start the timer again, and keep fucking learning, keep watching videos, keep consuming more and more content. And that is literally how it is. And one more thing which I keep learning this thing over and over again, and I keep listening to it from Hormozy, which is, solving business problems are very simple. It's just the way, like, it's very simple to solve business problems. You don't have customers, do more acquisition. Or like, your customers are leaving, just solve the fucking product or something like that. It's pretty much like, it's pretty simple on how you actually can fix these problems. Like, you need to do inputs to get outputs. What you don't know is what you don't know. So I mean, I don't know what what you need to just focus on is, hey, if I have this problem and I don't know how to solve this problem, then the problem that I need to focus on is what I don't know. Just what I don't know. So, like, how do you figure out how do you don't know? Just by consuming or asking people. So like that's just been my experience in my own journey. And yeah, it's been great. I earned actually $700 last month. This month I don't fucking know, but we'll figure it out. Right now in my own with my own journey with my boss, my growth operating boss, with the business, we are actually figuring out our client acquisition process. Like, he's figuring it out, I'm also there, I'm like checking out what's up, blah blah blah. But again, like, we are also like, we us at our level, we like, I'm not gonna be like, I'm gonna be honest, we are stuck at 15k per month. So how to get above 15k per month? Business problems, like I said, are pretty simple. Like, you either need to you need to increase your acquisition. How do you do that? We don't know how to do that. Okay, we need to figure it out. So it's pretty much very simple. Okay, we need to post more organic so that we can we can have a proper nurturing process. We can have that, we can have this. A lot of you guys who are watching this might not understand anything that I'm saying right now, because it's a little bit advanced level. But again, understand that the level that you're in right now is pretty simple. Like, more thought, more action, less thoughts. Just focus on taking more action. Just focus on maybe watching more podcasts, maybe watching more Hormozy's videos, maybe watching more business type of content. Because I think personally, if you're not at 10k per month, I don't even know, maybe if you're not at 100k per month, I think 100k is a little bit more complex, but let's say 10k per month. If you're not at 10k per month, the only reason is your mindset. Like, that's the only reason. And like, the word mindset is very like vague, it's thrown out here and there. What I mean more is, you don't know how to be patient. You don't know how to be patient, and you don't know how to keep working on the same thing every single day for 100 days. Have you done that? If you, I can almost guarantee you, if you can actually stay focused and stay like rooted and keep grinding on the same thing without needing to see the reward of that thing for 100 days straight, you will actually get to 10k per month. I actually think that. The reason being, I actually cannot do that yet, and I'm actually working on that. and yeah, I'll get better. I'll get to that stage where I can be actually be disciplined and be determined enough to keep putting in the inputs despite needing to see the outputs, and then at that point I will be at 10K per month. But yeah, you don't actually the only thing which is stopping you right now is just your own mindset, like your own thoughts, your own anxiety. Hey, like, what if this, what if that? Fuck everything, just action action moves. Like, the only thing that matters is just action, whatever. Action moves forward. Action means progress. So this was the video which I wanted to make. Hope something clicked, and hope you guys, or hope the person watching this can stop wasting his time and actually focus on working on the things that matter the most. And there's one more thing which I wanted to add here is, let's say you have 12 hours in your day when you are actually free to work on your goals, your dreams, right? And I told you to go ahead and do 4 hours of work on the actually like activities which are pushing your goals forward. So 4 hours of, if you don't know what to do, then 4 hours of consuming content. If you know what to do, then 4 hours of actually implementing what you learned. So think about this. If you actually worked for 4 hours, then you will actually move forward. But if you work for 8 hours, then you will move twice as fast. If you work for 12 hours on the same thing, you will move even more faster. I don't know how, you will move even more faster though. So what I mean by saying that is, in the beginning, I think it's not even about if you want to move faster, generally speaking, if you want to just move faster, just do more. Just like, okay, 4 hours, fuck it, I'm going to go do 8 hours, I'm going to go do 12 hours. But in the beginning, the problem is, most of you guys, or I don't have the discipline to actually sit there in front of their computer and actually work for 8 hours on things that actually matter. Like, you can go ahead and like work on, like, pretend that you're working, but unless you're working on the stuff like the revenue generating stuff which is actually important, you're not working. You're just sitting there, like, just clicking on your mouse, just wandering, right? So I recommend setting a timer and just focusing on 4 hours, and the rest of the 8 hours or whatever amount of hours that you might have, focus on not getting backwards, focus on not doing bullshit, like, focus on not doom scrolling. On the rest of the 8 hours or whatever amount of time that you have left, maybe go ahead and watch a fucking podcast from Alex Mosey or Chris Williamson or someone like that. I actually did that, and personally I think a lot of it's just brain rot porn, or whatever you hustle porn, like, that's what it's called. A lot of it just hustle porn. But in the beginning, that hustle porn is what you need to change your beliefs about what you think, because like, in the beginning you're just going to be scared. So listening to those people tell their stories, that, hey, I was in the same place, hey, it was scary, hey, I didn't know if I could make, like, pay, I don't know if I could make the money next month. Just listening to those people will give you a ton of, like, actually belief that, hey, like, Hormozy went through the same thing, Chris Williamson went through the same thing. If they kept on trying, and if I keep on trying, maybe it will happen to me too. So, and the rest of the time when you're not actually working, focus on maybe watching podcast. I personally am kind of over that stage. I only watch podcasts when I actually, like, need to watch them, when when I actually don't have anything to do. So that's just my advice. That's what has helped me in the past. If this video helped you, go ahead and, like, give me a like, and maybe share with another entrepreneur or friend who is also new to the journey. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.